What's going on, everybody? Richie here, Hybrid Athletics. Today I'm going to give you 3 tips that's probably going to save you at least a year's worth of trial and error when it comes to doing pull-ups, and it wouldn't surprise me if you're able to do more pull-ups immediately. I wish I knew these 3 tips a long time ago. Would have saved me a lot of time. So let's get into it. The first tip, well, the first thing we're going to do is grab the bar. So let's talk about grip. When you grab the bar, some people like to grab it with their thumbs over the bar. Some go underneath. I used to like to do with the thumbs over the bar. I've switched over time and I found it more effective to get the grip underneath the bar. And then once you grip the bar, what I want you to do is I want you to take it and I want you to act like you're bending the bar in half, almost like you're doing a pec fly. I want you to squeeze that bar and try to bend it in half. And what that's going to do is that's going to stop any horsepower from leaking through your grip. Anytime you have any slack in your system, it's going to leak horsepower. This makes the move less effective, and this means you're going to be doing less reps, which means less gains over a determined period of time. So the first thing I want you to do is grab that bar and try to bend it in half. Tip number 2, after we've got our grip right, what we're gonna do is, I see a lot of people going like this and they start pulling and they're trying to do pull-ups like this. The thing is that their shoulders are too high. They're all the way up here by their ears, which means that they're not retracting their scapula. And the very first part of the pull-up is actually pulling with the scapula. So it's gonna look a little dramatic, but essentially what you're doing is you're pulling down with your shoulder blades first. After that, now you have all your back muscles engaged. Everything's tight. Now you can actually pull with your entire back. When you try to do it with your shoulders all the way up here, what happens is you're limiting the amount of muscle that you use in your back, and you're kind of just doing like a hammer curl, which will get you big arms, no doubt, but ultimately, it's the least effective way to do a pull-up. You want to make sure that all your back muscles are engaged. Your back muscles are the biggest muscles that you use when you're doing a pulling motion. You don't want to limit it to just using your biceps. You want to get the back, and the first thing you're going to do is retract the scapula. Now, the way I want you to remember this is, let's say you're up on the bar, and you're hanging from a dead hang. You got your shoulders all the way by your ears. I want you to pull your ears up to your elbows without bending your elbows. So you're pulling down with just the shoulder blades. See that? And that's going to be the cue. That's how I want you to remember it. Tip number 3. This goes back to the leaking horsepower through your body. I want you to engage your legs. Now, if you have never done pull-ups, chances are you're going to feel it in your core. Your core will naturally have to stabilize you to do the movement. So just by starting to do pull-ups, you're going to say, I feel like I did a bunch of crunches. That's normal. But what a lot of people forget to do is actually engage the leg muscles. So instead of just letting your legs dangle freely, tense them up. You want your body to be as stiff as possible. That way, the energy that you're using to pull doesn't get lost when it gets to the lower body. You got everything tight, and it's going to make the movement much stronger for you. A way I like to think about it, I like to actually squeeze your glutes together like you're crushing walnuts. Squeeze your glutes together as tight as you can. See if you can't do more pull-ups immediately. Some people like to cross their legs. Some people like to leave them straight. I prefer to leave them straight. Here I was on a low bar, so I had to cross my legs. But even then, you want those legs tight together, squeezing, keeping all that horsepower in there, and following through strong with the movement. Alright, now I know I said I was going to give you 3 tips, but Richie gonna give you 4 because I love you. So, here we go. Tip number 4. Tip number 4. When you get to the top of the movement, I want you to actually extend your neck up. This is going to bring your chest closer to the bar. One thing that I noticed when I first started doing pull-ups, I used to feel a lot of shoulder pain in my left shoulder. I used to feel like something was clicking in there. And then what I started doing was, I first started with the grip, retract the scapula, and then I pull. And when I get here, I would extend my neck up. And this would allow me to get a little bit deeper into the actual pull and really start engaging the lats more instead of just using my arms. So that's your bonus tip. Pick your neck up. So, quick rundown. Start with the grip, tight grip, bend the bar in half. Next step, take your shoulders, put them by your elbows without bending your elbows. Next step, keep your entire body tight. This is including the legs. Think about crushing walnuts with your glutes. Last step, when you follow through, pick your neck up and bring your chest to the bar. Do these 4 things. I guarantee you do more pull-ups than you did last time. It's going to make everything stronger. It's going to save you years of trial and error. You could thank me later in the comments section. And all of this also applies if you're doing body rows, you're still building up strength to do pull-ups. This all applies to body rows as well. So if you have your feet on the ground, all of these still apply. Alright, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, leave me a like. I'm going to be breaking down my top 3 push-up tips next time, so make sure you subscribe for that. That'll save you another couple years of trial and error. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And be a good friend. Share this video with somebody who's getting into calisthenics. Help them out. Until next time, this is Richie with Hybrid Athletics, training for life.